think we are going to sort of start moving into yet another data type or data structure in Python, which we'll call as dictionaries. And dictionaries are something unique, right? They are, just when I did this AI zero course, right, I kind of understood lists, and I didn't understand a word of what was happening afterwards. So the fact that you guys are all with me here, right, this is great, right? But dictionaries is another data type, and it's basically a very unique way of organizing data. That's really what dictionaries are. But the main difference is that dictionaries are not ordered. There's no order to the dictionary, right? Which, I mean, you on one hand we say that it's a very efficient way to access data, but on the other hand we say that it's really there's no order to this dictionary. Unlike lists and tuples, right? There's an order. Dictionaries don't have an order. So just to sort of explain what dictionaries are, I'm going to use borrow a story that Pavlos likes to use, I'm going to call it that Akbar story, and and really what happened is that this is basically Akbar. As you know, he likes to conquer lands, and he liked to. The good thing is that he didn't burn away those books when he conquered the lands. He used to collect those books, and he used to have a librarian, a grand keeper of books, and he basically had a lot of books, right? And every time he would go to a new kingdom, he would bring those books and give it to his grand keeper, right? And also Akbar had this granddaughter, and this granddaughter said, she was an aspiring data scientist, and she said, hey, this Harvard professor is saying that AI zero is the way to go, and so I want to learn. Uh, I want to become a data scientist in 30 days. And, so she goes to this grand keeper of books and says, okay, grand keeper, can you give me this book called Become a Data Scientist in 30 Days? Right. And the grand keeper says, no problem. I can give you the book. Right. So what the grand keeper does is that he says, okay, he goes to this first book and says, okay, is this Become a Data Scientist? No. Is this one? No. This one? No. This one? No. This one. He basically goes in a very haphazard way. He kind of misses some books, didn't find books, right? He probably repeats many books, right? And he kind of gets tired and he says, no, maybe there is a better way of finding books. And so what he does is that, hey, I know a little bit about Python, right? I can probably use what we call as lists, right? I can just arrange all of these books in a long line, and and then it becomes easier, right? I can go to the first book. Is it Become a Data Scientist? Is it Become a Data Scientist? Oh, I found the book, right? And you can basically, it took some time, but then he goes to his to the granddaughter and says, okay, here's your book. um, all right. So, but then what happened is the granddaughter says, hey, I need another book. And this book is the Zen of Python, right? So it says, okay, I can find that book. Just the same thing. You keep going through all of these books, and you can probably, at the end of the list, you'll find the Zen of Python book. And well, that took a lot of time. Uh, but yes, here you go, Highness, this is your book, right? And so the granddaughter is sort of wasting her time. She's saying, is there a better way to find books? And oh, by the way, father is sending 10,000 more books, right? And so the grandkeeper says that, hey, when you have very, very large set of books, how am I going to arrange these books in an order, right? And so, lists is not really working out. It will create a very long list, and I've got to search everything. So perhaps I can build what is called a library, right? Library is basically is a good way of organizing the data. Maybe a dragons, kingdoms, divination, and I can organize it by alphabets, right? So these are basically what this grandkeeper is doing, is that he's using these keys to organize the books, right? Sort of building a library. right? And really, dictionaries is really just that. It's basically a smart way of organizing the data.